Good morning everyone. Today we're finally going to be augmenting our Klauz units. So you can see here that I have a Klauz back piece as well as the arm piece, and I've upslotted them already to 8 slots. However, as you can see, the stats are absolutely garbage. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing all of the augments and making our perfect dream unit. Well, it's more like a pseudo budget dream unit because everything is really expensive right now because it is boost week. I did warn you guys about this, that the prices are going to go ballistic during boost week, and yeah, they've gone ballistic. But before we start augmenting, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 content daily, so if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first piece we're going to be augmenting is going to be the back piece first. So I'm just going to put the arms piece into my default storage for now. We'll pull it out later when we start augmenting that. So the reason I'm going to be working on the back piece first is because I'm going to be sacrificing my Rivalate back piece for the confirm augment factor for the might 6 over here, which will give me 45 melee. Alright, so don't worry, you only need one copy of the Rivalate back piece if you're a melee class. And again, if you are a range class, you're going to use the arm piece because this gives you precision 6. And if you're a tech user, then you will be using the legs because this will give you casting 6, which is a technique plus 45. Alright? So first of all, we're going to be gathering all the different materials we need. As I told you guys in the previous video, or like a couple videos back, we needed to pick up Doombreaks. So we need Doombreak III. So you can see here that I've got a bunch of fodders, so we're going to be picking up 2 Doombreak IIIs. Other than that, we'll also need our Grand Might Capsule right here. And we're also going to need 2 Mitra Glares. So a Mitra Glare. So we can see over here that I've got a bunch of Mitra Glares. We're just going to pick these 2 over here. Mitra Glare, perfect. Alright, boom. So now that that's done, we are going to go to the mission badge shop in order to purchase all of the capsules that we need. So let's head over to the shopping mall. So once we're at the shopping mall, we're going to head over here to the swap shop cameo in order to buy all the special capsules we need. So here's the swap shop. We're going to go to the mission badge shop and we're going to be buying 1 astral soul, 1 ether factor, and 1 mana reverie capsule. All right, each of them will cost 120 mission badges. So you got to make sure that you do have enough. So you know, you can see here that I'm inputting 120. You can use your arrow keys on your keyboard to input that a lot easier. So boom, now that's 1 astral soul. So ether factor, boom, and finally mana reverie, and boom. All right, so now we can check our inventory just to make sure. Yep, we've got our astral soul, we've got ether factor, mana reverie, grand might. Perfect, right? And then as for the units over here, we have our Klauz back piece, which is the one that we're going to be using. And right here we have a unit with Doombreak III, we have another unit with Doombreak III, and then we've got 2 units over here with Mitra Glare. Alright, and that's all you're going to need. So now we're going to head over to Monica and we're going to start augmenting. Now before we start doing any augments or affixing, there's something that we have to do beforehand, and that is we need to downslot our Rivalate unit down to 4 slots. So you can see here that my Rivalate unit is 6 slots and I need to downslot this to 4 slots. And in order to do that, it's actually very simple. You just get a bunch of other units with 6 slots as well so that you can actually augment them together. And then you're going to click on affix augment. You're just going to find the Rivalate back piece that you want, click yes over here, and just throw in any random 2 piece or 1 piece that you want. I guess we could try 1 piece, and we're not going to use any capsules, and we're just going to find the lowest percentage ones and put them in, right? So you can see here there's a whole bunch of 80% and 30% right here, and we're going to pray that a lot of them fail, right? So we're going to start affix augment. We're not going to use any boosters because we want them to fail. We want them to downslot. So you can click yes over here, and you can see over here, holy crap, 4 of them failed and 2 are success. So now I've successfully downslotted my Rivalate back piece from 6 slots to 2 slots. All right, so now I need to upslot this from 2 slots back to 4 slots, And so we're going to do that now. So again, I'm going to select the Rivalate back piece. I'm going to put in one fodder over here. I'm not going to use a capsule. And then I'm going to select the ones with the 100%. So there's a 95% success rate to upslot to 3 slots. I'm going to click yes. And boom, wow, I failed in 95%. So this upslotting process totally sucks, but it's okay. We still have one more unit over here. Well, I've got plenty of units actually, but whatever, we'll use this one. And let's try that again. 100, 100, 100. 95%, boom. Let's try this again, and success. All right, so now we need to pull out one more fodder unit to get it to 4 slots. So again, let's just sort this by augment, and let's just find a random barrier here with 4 slots. Sure, this will do. All right, then we go to affix augment, get our Rivalate back piece, throw in our fodder over here, do not use any capsules, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so now it's 80%. I'm just gonna throw in a 30% booster since I've got like a gazillion of these. You can get a lot of them from X Cubes. They're pretty much free. So boom, 100%, right? So now I have a 4-slot Rivalate unit. We can now use all of the fodders that we prepared beforehand. So let me just pull them all out again since I put them back in for protection purposes. You know, we wanted Mitra Glare. We wanted 2 of them with 4 slots, boom. And then we wanted Doombreak III. So Doombreak III, you know, these are 6 and 7 slots because I farmed for them through Extreme Quest. But if you bought them, you probably have them at 4 slots. All right, so once that is done, now we can finally begin our regular affixing and augmenting. So again, we're going to go by units, and we're going to use the new Rivalate back piece, which is 4 slots now. So obviously, if you play a range class, you're going to need to do the same thing on your arm piece, or if you're a tech class, you're going to have to do it with your leg piece, okay? So, you know, we're going to click our 4-slot Rivalate back piece, click yes, and we're going to feed in the 2 Doombreak 3s right here, as well as the 2 Mitra Glares right here. Click confirm, and right here we will be using one of our capsules. We're going to be using the Grand Might capsule. It doesn't matter which capsule you use because we're going to be using all 4 of them anyway. So we're going to use the Grand Might capsule first. So you'll see up here Grand Might 100%. All right. The next thing is we are going to be putting in Might 6 because our unit is at +10, which guarantees us this special ability factor, which is Might 6. All right. Then the last 2 that we want to put in is going to be Doombreak 3 as well as Mitra Glare. So you'll notice that these 2 have a 70% chance of success, but it's fine because we're going to click on Start Affix Augment. We're going to use a 30% booster and it's 100%. All right, so click yes and boom, complete. All right, so now that we have our 4-slot Rivalate unit over here with Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, and Mitra Glare, we're going to be using the rest of our capsules in order to upslot this so that there's no RNG involved. In order to do that, we're going to need to get a 5-slot unit. Any random 5-slot unit will do. So you're going to open storage over here. You can see that I've got a ton of different units. So I'm just going to take out any random 5-slot unit as well as a 6-slot unit. So I've got a Hiei unit over here. So sure, that's 5-slot. I'll take that. And I've got a solid barrier. Let's find one without a glare since glares are worth quite a lot of money nowadays. Sure, here's Alice the Soul. We'll take out this 6-slot unit. All right. And then now is the part where we actually use our augment transfer passes because we're going to be transferring augments. All right, so you click on transfer augments, we go to our units, and what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be selecting the 5-slot unit as our base unit because we're going to be transferring all the augments onto that unit. All right, so in my case, the Hiei unit is the base unit. And then we're going to be selecting our Rivalate back piece as our fodder or the material unit. As you can see here, I've got Grand Might, Might 4, Doombreak 3, and Mitra Glare. Click on that and then click yes. Then it's going to ask me if I want to use a capsule. You're going to be like, yes, I want to use a capsule. It doesn't matter which one you use. I'm just going to use Astral Soul. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting Astral Soul, Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, as well as Mitra Glare. So now we've got all 5 of our wanted affixes onto our Hiei unit, right? So click yes. And over here, it's going to tell us that the other unit is going to lose everything, and no problem. It will be using 15 transfer passes, okay? So keep in mind, you do need the augment transfer passes, and because it's 0 Meseta week, you know, there's no Meseta cost. So we're simply going to click yes. And it's going to tell us that we're going to lose everything, but no problemo, and boom. All right, augment transfer successful. So now you can see that we transferred the 4 augments that we had on the Rivalate back piece onto the Hiei unit. So we've got Astral Soul, Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, and Mitra Glare. So we went from 4 augments to 5 augments with 0 gambling required, no upslotting, and it was super duper simple to just transfer it over, right? And on top of that, we did not lose our back piece, our Rivalate back piece. We're going to need this because this is going to be used in order to get Might 6 on my arms piece and eventually my legs piece as well, all right? So next up is we're going to be transferring all 5 of these augments onto our 6 slot unit, which is our solid barrier over here. All right, so let me show you how that's done. Again, we're going to be transferring augments right here. We're going to go to units. Our base unit is going to be the solid barrier, and the unit that we want to rip all the augments off is going to be the Hiei unit over here. And this time we'll put in an ether factor. Why not? So now we've got Ether Factor, Astral Soul, Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, and Mitra Glare. So we went from 5 augments to 6 augments. Then we click Confirm. Again, it's going to consume augment transfer passes, 25 of them this time instead of 15 or whatever it was earlier, because there are more augments. So again, we're going to click Yes because it will rip off all the augments from the Hiei unit. And boom, you can see that all of the affixes that were on the Hiei unit are now ripped off. This Hiei unit has 0 affixes, 0 augments, and they're all put onto the solid barrier, plus 1 extra, which is Ether Factor. So we just went from 5 slots to 6 slots with 0 gambling involved. Super duper easy, all right? So now we're gonna be jumping. We're gonna go from a 6 slot unit directly to an 8 slot unit. So we're gonna be putting all of these 6 augments right here, plus a capsule, plus an S-grade augment onto our final piece, which is our Klauz unit or Klauz back piece, all right? So how do we do that? Again, we're gonna talk to Monica, go to transfer augments, and we're gonna go to the units. Our Klauz back piece is gonna be the base unit. It is very, very important that your Klauz back piece has an S-grade augment. It can be S6 anything because you can always switch out the S abilities later without having to mess around with the augments. But it's very, very important that there is an S-grade augment there so that you can skip a step. You can go from 6 affixes to 8. If you don't have an S-grade augment there, then it will only go from 6 to 7. Then you're going to need to use more augment transfer passes to get it from 7 to 8. All right. So here our base unit is going to be our Klauz unit. Say yes. And then we're going to throw in our solid barrier as the fodder because we want to rip everything off here. And we're going to throw in Mana Reverie, which is the last capsule. So you can see here that the S-grade augment on the Klauz unit is automatically there. You can see that it goes up to 8 slots now. So I'm jumping from 6 slots to 8 slots. So now's the time to reorganize how you want to see your affixes. So I personally like my S-grade augments at the very top. Then I like to show the soul, then the factor, then the Mana Reverie, then Grand Might, then Might 6, Doombreak 3, and Mitra Glare. I want things to be in this order. It doesn't, you can change it to however you want to do it. You can even do it alphabetical order if you want, but I just feel like this feels right to me. I'm going to click confirm. And here is the kicker. Because it is 8 augments, right? It will cost you 100 augment transfer passes. But because we're skipping a step, we are actually saving augment transfer passes. Because if you had to go from 6 to 7, I think that's 50 augment transfer passes. And then 7 to 8, you're going to need to pay 100 anyway. So in this case, we're saving like 75 augment transfer passes total or something along those lines. I don't know. I can't math, all right? But either way, you're going to click yes. You're going to be like, okay, rip it all off, and boom. So now you can see my Klauz unit is done. If we go to the 3rd tab over here, we get 280 melee power, we get some range power, some tech power, but you know, that's not super important. We get 85 all defense, we get 65 dex, 105 HP, and plus 26 PP, which is much, much better than what I had before, which is like plus 10 everything. And the next thing that I want to do before I equip this is I'm going to be enhancing it to a plus 10. So enhance item, go to the units, Klauz units right here, yes. And what we're just going to be doing is just clicking yes over here. And you can literally just spam enter over here. Just, you know, keep your mouse over the Klauz unit and just keep spamming enter. And since there's no Meseta cost, it is absolutely free. So you're going to get this to +10 at 0 cost. Well, I mean, I think you do spend a little bit of grinders. Sure, you're spending 4 grinders per upgrade. But I mean, you know, it's basically free. And boom, now my unit is +10. So I can equip it with F6. Let's remove our Rivalate back piece and let us put on our Klauz back piece. And boom, voila. It's interesting that I have a little thingy over there. Let me just activate the stealth on that so I don't have to see it. Right here, engage stealth, boom, gone. Okay, perfect. So that is the first Klauz piece complete. Now we're going to be doing the arm piece. For those who understood everything and you're good to go, you are free. Go out into the open world and do your affixing now because the 20% boost, the 0 Meseta cost, everything is super duper nice. For those who are still a little bit confused, don't worry, I'm going to repeat the exact same process again, walk you through it once more, but using the Klauz arm piece since I need to do that anyway. Okay, so the very first thing is we don't need any of these 0 affix stuff anymore because they're useless now. So we're just going to throw them away into storage. However, we will need to keep our Rivalate unit. We're going to need to upslot this back to 4 slots. Okay, so in order to do that, it's very simple. We're simply going to retrieve items. We're going to sort our stuff by augments over here. And then we're going to find a bunch of units at 2 slots. And then at 3 slots so that we can actually upslot everything up to 4 slots. All right, so now we are ready. Let's come over here, talk to Monica, go to affix augment, find our Rivalate unit with 0 augments. We're going to throw in 1 unit with 2 affixes right here. You can see here that stamina 1 is 100%, but you know, we're at 0 slots, so we need to upslot to 1 slot. So first we're going to do that. Boom. All right, so now it's 1 slot. Then we need to upslot this into 2 slots. So I'm going to put another one and 100%, 100%. And since, you know, it's boost week, everything's 100%, easy peasy. So now we have 2 slots. Now we're going to need to upslot this into 3 slots. Where is it? There, Rivalate back piece. So we put in a 3 slot unit. Boom, click yes. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And it's 95%. Now, if you put in 2 units, it would be 100%. So look, if I put in 2 units, so 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna see that it went from 95% to 100%. So that is the main reason why I sometimes use 2 units instead of 1 unit, all right? And now that it is 3 slots, now I need to go to my storage, get another 2 units with 3 slots, and we can complete this. So let's go to number of augments. Let's find another 2 3-slot units. You can see here I've got a lot of units saved up. Sure, let's take these 2 out. Boom. And affix augment again. Come here, Rivalate. Boom. And put these 2 in. Confirm. 100, 100, 100, and 100. So it's 90%. You can use a booster if you want. I'm just going to use a booster because I'm lazy and I have a bazillion X cubes. But if you don't have a bazillion X cubes, you can just gamble. 90% isn't that bad. And voila. So now we are back at our 4-slot Rivalate unit. Okay. So the next thing is, again, we're going to need to go take out our 2 Mitra glares with 4 slots. We're going to need to take out our 2 Doombreak 3s with 4 slots. And we're also going to need to buy all of those capsules again. All right. So the very first thing is let us get our Doombreak 3s. So you'll notice I only have 1 Doombreak 3, but it's okay. We're going to make another Doombreak 3. So if we come over here at the Doombreak 2s, we're going to find 5 Doombreak 2s. So you can see here, I've got 1 Doombreak 2. I've got another Doombreak 2 over here. Another Doombreak 2 here. This is 1 more. And this is 1 more. All right, so now we have 5 Doombreak 2s. Then once we got that, we're going to pick up a fodder unit with 4 augments, preferably just a solid barrier because they're so common. And we're going to go to affix augment over here. Our base unit is going to be the solid barrier, and we're going to throw in all 5 units over here with Doombreak 2. All right, so this one has Doombreak 2, yes. This one has Doombreak 2, yes. This has Doombreak 2, yep. And just double checking that they all have Doombreak 2, and they do. Perfect. Then we're going to click yes or confirm. So you're going to notice here that you have a 70% chance to get Doombreak 3. We're going to use a 30% booster, and that will be 100%. Then to fill up the other 4 slots, we're just going to throw in random 100% because it doesn't matter what they are. We're going to be replacing them anyway. So click yes and use a 30%. Everything's 100%, and boom. You see? Now we've got another Doombreak 3. So now we're just going to go to our storage. We're going to pull out our last Doombreak 3 over here. Boom. So now we've got our 2 Doombreak 3s. We're going to pull out our Mitra glares. So we need 2 4-slot Mitra glares. If you don't have 4 slots and you only have 5 slots like me, it's perfectly fine. You can use a 5-slot. That's fine as well. And now we actually need to pull out our capsules. So over here, I believe I have a capsule sitting here somewhere. Yep, I have a Mana Reverie, so I'm going to pick that up. And then now we need to go to the badge or the mission badge shop again, but I don't need to buy the Mana Reverie since I had one sitting in my inventory, but we need to buy the other 2. So again, we come to the mission badge swap shop. So we have Mana Reverie, so we're going to buy 1 Ether Factor and 1 Astral Soul. So again, this will cost us another 120 mission badges per capsule. So here we go, we got our Ether Factor, and now let's get Astral Soul. And boom. Alright, now is the expensive part, and that is we do need to buy a Grand Might capsule because I don't have any more Grand Might capsules. So this is awfully expensive right now. Again, if you can't afford the Grand Might capsules, you can always go 1 tier lower, which is Graceful. It's fine as well. But you can see here, Grand Might capsules are going for 52 million, which is a lot of money. But I do have a lot of money saved up just for the occasion. So let me just receive Meseta. I'm sure whatever, I'll take out all my money, which is 160 million. And let us buy one of these Grand Mights, which is very, very expensive, unfortunately. Yep, right here, Grand Might, you know, 52 million. And yeah, we're just going to buy one. Ouch. Painful. TY. Okay. So now that we're back at Monica, let us just take out our Klauz unit as well, since that is going to be required. So Klauz, oh, it's not a weapon, it's a unit. There we go. Boom. All right. So as you can see here, I have an 8-slot Klauz arm piece over here, but all the affixes are garbage. But I have the S grade augment on, which is the S7 Still Grace. Again, it doesn't matter what S7, S6, S8 that is on the unit. You just need to make sure that you do have it and that the unit itself is at 8 slots. All right. So make sure that when you do get the Klauz unit, you need to upslot it to 8 slots and everything else will be easy peasy. Alright, and now on top of that, I have 2 units with Doombreak 3, so my leg piece over here, which I farmed through Extreme Quest, as well as the one over here that I just made with Doombreak 2s. You combine 5 Doombreak 2s, and you have a 70% chance to make a Doombreak 3, you throw in a 30% booster, and you get 100% chance, alright? So that's how you get Doombreak 3. Now, the reason why it's 70% is because of the 20% boost week. Normally, it's only 50%, so there is a level of RNG if you're doing this after boost week, so just keep that in mind, alright? And then on top of that, we have 2 Mitra glares over here, alright? So now we are ready to make our unit. So again, we're going to talk to Monica, we're going to go to affix augment over here, we're going to select our Rivalate back piece because again, we want to rip off the Might 6. So click yes. And we're going to throw in our 2 solid barriers over here, or our 3 solid barriers plus the legs over here, and click confirm. We're going to use the Grand Might capsule that we just bought for 52 million. That's a lot of money. And right here, you'll see that we have Grand Might. Then we're going to throw in Might 6 because this is the SAF, because the unit's at plus 10. And then we're going to throw in Doombreak 3 as well as Mitra Glare. So right here is everything that we want. Start affix augment. We're going to use a 30% booster, so everything's 100% and confirm. Boom. Done. All right. So again, we need to go into our storage and we're going to need to pull out a 5-slot unit and a 6-slot unit again. It doesn't matter what the units are. It just matters that they have 5 slots and 6 slots. So we come down here and I've got a Lux 5-slot unit over here. I'll take that out. And as for the 6-slot unit, let's scroll up over here. Sure, we can take a solid barrier. Let's see one without a glare because glares are going for a lot of money again. Sure, this one right here. Why not? Okay, perfect. Then we're going to go to transfer augments again. We're going to click on our base unit, which is going to be the 5-slot unit that we just got, which is the Lux unit. So click on that. And then we're going to select the Rivalate back piece as the fodder unit because we want to put everything in there. And we're going to use a capsule. So again, I'm going to use Astral Soul. Why not? So Astral Soul, Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, Mitra Glare. You see, we went from 4 slots to 5 slots again. Confirm. And then again, it will use 15 augment transfer passes. So we're going to click yes and confirm and boom, complete. So now you can see the Rivalate back piece went from 4 slots to 0 slots again because we transferred all the augments onto the Lux piece over here. So we went from 4 augments to 5 augments because we added the Astral Soul. So next step is we're going to be transferring all 5 of these augments onto the Solid Barrier, and we're going to be adding another skill with a Capsule. Alright, so again, transfer augments. Our base unit is going to be the Solid Barrier because this is the one we're upgrading to. It's 6 slots. And the fodder unit we're going to be using is the Lux legs over here. And we're going to throw in Ether Factor. Why not? So now we can get Ether Factor, Astral Soul, Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, Mitra Glare. Alright, so we're going from 5 slots to 6 slots. Alright, so click confirm. It will use 25 augment transfer passes. Click yes. Yep, okay, no problem, and boom, successful. So now you can see that this Solid Barrier has 6 augments on it of our choice, all of the super duper good augments. And finally, we're going to be transferring all 6 augments onto our Klauz arm piece, which is an 8 slot unit. And because we have the S grade augment, it's going to allow us to skip the 7 slots and jump straight to 8 slots, alright? So we talk to Monica once more, transfer augments. Our base piece is going to be the arm Klauz piece right here. Please don't accidentally click on the Klauz back piece, or else you will cry. You will legitimately cry because your back piece is done already. If you want to be extra safe, you can hide locked items and just unlock the items that you're working with so that you don't accidentally misclick. All right. But in my case, you can just be extra careful, do everything really slow. It's not a race to augment everything. All right. So next up is the Klauz arm piece. This is going to be our base item. And then our fodder unit is going to be the Solid Barrier. And we're going to throw in Mana Reverie. Alright, so Still Grace over here. Now is the time to reorganize anything that you want. So I want Astral Soul, Ether Factor, Mana Reverie, Grand Might, Might 6, Doombreak 3, Mitra Glare. You can see now it is 8 slots. Everything is perfect. Click confirm. And it's going to use 100 augment transfer passes. You're going to click yes, no problemo. And yes. And boom, complete. All right. So now you can see that the Klauz arm piece right here has all of the augments that I just put on the back piece, exactly the same stats. 280 melee power, a bunch of range power, tech power, 85 all defense, 65 dex, 105 HP, and 26 PP. The next thing you want to do before you equip it is to get it to +10. All right. So what we're going to do is enhance item. Go to units, go to the Klauz arm piece, and you're going to highlight it and literally just spam enter. And you're just spam enter, and it's just going to upgrade it. And since there's 0 cost, you're only using grinders here. So you do need to make sure you do have some grinders, but I have like a bazillion, so it doesn't matter. And the success rate is really high. So boom. Now we are at +10. So now we can equip the unit with F6. Now the arm piece, we are replacing that with the Klauz arm piece. Boom. And next thing is I want to make the arm piece invisible. So engage stealth. Boom. All right. So now I have 263 PP as well as 1657 HP, but I'm still missing one piece. I don't have the Klauz leg piece yet. So unfortunately, I don't have enough modules over here. You can see here, I do have enough of these. I have enough of the Shivas, but I don't have enough of... I don't have any actually, any Varuna or Execute modules yet. I need 50, and at the current price it's kind of really expensive, so I think I'm just going to be farming for these. I'm going to hope that I get enough before boost week ends, but I will make another video when I make the leg piece as well as all the affixing, just as another reminder. But it is really in your best interest to do all of this during the boost week. You have 2 weeks for this boost week. Well, technically you've got like 12 days left as the time of this video goes live. So you still have some time, so don't freak out, but you do need to hustle a little bit, all right? So now before I end the video, we need to put in our ring abilities onto our units so that we can actually benefit from the ring abilities. In order to do that, we need to go to our storage and we're going to need to pull out our rings. So in my default storage right here, you'll notice that I have the Atomizer Fanatic as well as Critical Fields, but we want Mate Maniac over here and we want Leaping Dodge. Normally I use Mate Maniac, Leaping Dodge, and Atomizer Fanatic over here. But if you can check my unit right here, this one already has Atomizer Fanatic, so I don't need to replace that yet until I get the Klauz legs piece, alright? So I'm going to talk to Monica over here. I'm going to go to add unit skill, and then I'm going to click on my back piece, click yes. I'm going to throw in Mate Maniac, which will allow me to use, the healing items faster. But click that and click yes. So it will use 1 Lambda Grinder and 100,000 Meseta, alright? The 0 Meseta cost campaign going on right now does not affect with added unit skills, unfortunately. Don't worry, your ring will not disappear. It's simply copying the ability on the ring and putting it onto the unit, alright? So you're going to click yes, and boom. So now you can see that my Klauz back piece has Mate Maniac level 20, but I haven't lost the ring. The ring is still here, it doesn't go away. You're fine. You can always copy the Mate Maniac onto other units if you want. You will never lose the ring. All this does is it simply copies the ring ability and places it on the unit so that you can benefit from the ring ability with just having the unit equipped. Alright, so next up is going to be the arm piece. So again, add skill unit with the arm piece, click yes, and we're going to be adding leaping dodge, click yes, and click yes, and voila, complete. Alright, and once that is done, you can simply put all your rings away back into your default storage, and voila. So now I've got Mate Maniac, I've got Leaping Dodge, I've got Atomizer Fanatic, I've got the Brave Power Ring, and I've got the Critical Strike Ring, all activated whenever I'm in a fight. So I've got 5 different ring abilities, which is super duper nice. So for a lot of people that are asking me, Karo, what is that number 8 key? This is Leaping Dodge. As you can see, Leaping Dodge allows me to jump extremely high, allows me to gain elevation, allows me to reposition my character super duper easily. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the heals, the boosts, the